Hey guys, it's Matt from Physiotherapy. Today for Mobility Monday, we are going to go through a nice office chair mobility, I like to call it. So utilizing your desk and your office chair to help alleviate some of that stiffness that may be arising from spending so much time sitting and working from home. So ideal situation is you're up, you're moving every 30 minutes, do about 30 seconds of activity to prevent that body from stiffening up, get some lubrication, some oil in those joints, get some blood flow going. But now that we're kind of 5 weeks into this quarantine, you may not have been doing that. So this will help to alleviate some of that stiffness that may have accumulated over that time. Okay guys, first up for office chair mobility is going to be a stretch to target the hip flexors. So when sitting in this position for long periods of time, often those muscles that connect kind of from the hip region and to help to bend the knee up get short, they get tight, they can cause all kinds of issues, whether that's in the hip, the low back, or elsewhere in the body. So with this stretch, we're going to use our chair. It can be an office chair, it can be a kitchen chair, it can be your couch. Any surface that is fairly solid is going to be safe to put a little bit of weight on with our leg, and that you can comfortably stand in that position to stretch that hip flexor. So what we'll do is, with the chair, we're going to put our foot up on that chair. That knee of that foot that's up is pointing down the whole time. We're going to think about tucking our tailbone under our butts, and then we're going to squeeze that bum cheek. What you're going to feel here is a nice pull down the front of the hip. This is hitting all three of the hip flexors that are often going to get tight and maybe short and cause some pain while sitting for long periods of time. This you can hold for about 30 to 45 seconds per leg. Along with the hip flexors, another part of the body that often gets stiff is those hamstrings. So many people feel some stiffness in the hamstrings just in general, but after sitting this may be more obvious to you. So what we're going to go through here is another stretch using the chair or another object like discussed over the hip flexors that is safe to put a little bit of weight on and is about the height of a chair. So all we're going to do for this one is, your chair is here. We are going to put our foot up, knee is straight the entire time. Good upright posture, so we're not slouched over. Good upright posture, toe pulled up slightly towards you. And then what we're going to do is, without the back moving, keeping that good posture, we're going to lean forward at the hips. And you're going to feel a pull in the back of the thigh. You might feel a pull down in the back of the lower leg or the calf area. We're not forcing through any uncomfortable positions. We're getting into a nice firm pull, and then we're going to hang out there for 30 to 45 seconds. You'll repeat this on the other leg as well. Another area of the body around the hips that often gets stiff after sitting for a long period of time is going to be those groin muscles. So yet again, another stretch we can use our trusty office chair for. It is a split stretch. And don't get too worried, because if you saw our posts this past week, there's very few of us that can actually do the splits. So me being one of the worst ones, therefore, this is a good way for people, even if you're not too flexible, to be able to get a good stretch in those groins. So, using the chair, we're going to put our feet as wide as we can. Again, be very cautious if you are on a hardwood floor or a slippery surface. You may want to go barefoot or wear some shoes. We're going to put our feet as wide as we can, keeping our toes pointed as much as possible. Chair is there for some hand support. And what we're going to do is slowly slide our bum back and drop our chest. Again, we want to keep good posture in our back. We don't want to be rounded over. And we don't want to be arching too far the other way. So we're going to keep nice neutral spine, nice and upright. And we're going to slide the bum back, dropping that chest until you feel a firm pull on the inner leg. You're going to hang out here for about 30 to 45 seconds. When coming out of this, slowly bring the hips and chest up forwards. Keep the hand support and slowly walk one leg in, followed by the other. Okay, last but not least is the upper back shoulder region. So you may find yourself, you may catch yourself while doing some office work, you end up in this slouched over, kind of monster-like position, doing your typing, doing your mouse work. What that's going to cause is often some pain, stiffness in the shoulders. Maybe that upper back gets a little sore. So a good way to counteract this is nice, simple one. What we're going to do is cross our arms over our shoulders. Feet are planted on the edge of our seat. All we're going to do is lift those elbows up, thinking about arching that upper back, and we're going to come back down. This one's a nice one. It's stretching and strengthening at the same time. Again, lifting the elbows up, back down. Again, elbows get lifted up and back down. So you do that about 10 times. What we're trying to do there is limit how much the lower back is arching and work on getting that upper back, the one that kind of influences the shoulders and the neck position, to get a little bit more extension or arching backwards to open up that chest and keep us from that little monster position and open that things up, get things a little bit more comfortable in that way. So these are 4 stretches you can do using nothing but your office chair. Again, if you do not have an office set up at home, you do not have any specific office chair, you can use a dining room chair, you can use a couch, any object that's about the size or the height of a chair and is relatively stable and is not going to collapse on you if you put a little bit of weight on it. Good luck. Hope you guys can get a little bit more mobile and through those hips and that upper back.